Hey YouTube. So I'm really stepping out of my comfort zone today, but it's going to help somebody. So it is what it is. And I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes that is in my story. I'm just going to just say that right now. But I'm using my story to help someone else. Okay. Well, I was 19 years old when I got pregnant and I got married to my oldest daughter's father. Okay, he didn't have a wife. I didn't have a husband. We were each other's husband and wife, and I was pregnant with his child. Well, we end up getting into a physical fight, and I left him for the safety of my child. And I'm not going to put his name out there because, like I said, I'm not trying to tear anybody down. I'm just telling my story to help somebody else. Well, I left him because I feared that my daughter would not, be alive. But for some reason, after that, I decided, well, maybe I should try to make it work. Maybe he's sorry, like he said he was, and he would not do it again. So, upon basically, I had my own apartment and he had his own house. Well, I still had my apartment, but I did go and to live with him. Well, um, I basically went back to our house, as I would say, um, and I'll never forget. It was nighttime, and this is when I got further along my pregnancy. I was like about to pop, so you could see that I was big and pregnant. But at the time, when we had our fight or whatever, I was barely even showing that I was pregnant. But to make sure that I had a healthy pregnancy, I did leave him. So like I said, fast forward, I tried to go back to my husband before I gave birth, um, to see if me basically being away from him would have opened his eyes to see what he has lost. And so I did. I tried to do the right thing and I tried to go back to my husband. Well, that night, um I walked to his house, and at the time I know I did not have a car, but he did. Well, I walked to his house and he was having a party. Well, come to find out, there was another young lady that he had basically started talking to while he knew he had a pregnant wife. So he basically his cousin brought me back to my apartment, and I was on he called his cousin's phone, and hey, excuse me, my daughter is homeschooled. She getting the singing and stuff. Like, hold on. So, anyways, his cousin, he called his cousin's phone as his cousin was bringing me back to my apartment, and his cousin on the phone, he said, "Don't come to my house unless I tell you to come to my house." Basically, yeah, I want to see you, but in other words, I have this other chick now. So when I see you, even though you're my pregnant wife on the cool. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. So after that, I was completely done. And the young lady clearly knew because she inboxed me and said, we don't know if this baby is his or not. And it's crazy because my daughter is actually looks like him more than most of his children. And God has a way of doing things. It's so funny. But anyways, she took it upon herself to inbox me like like I was the other woman or something. And she was like, we're gonna when a DNA whenever your baby is born, we're gonna have a DNA test or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's my husband. I'm pregnant with his child. I was pregnant before you came along, but you decide to tell me you're gonna get a DNA test for me and my husband's child. That was funny. So anyway, um, um, basically upon all of that mess happened, I end up having my daughter, and he came to my house, and I don't know if he wanted to make it work or he was acting like he wanted to make it work. I'm really not sure, but he came to my house with one of his mixed children, and um that night again, I did let him stay. I did, and I let him, bond with his daughter because he knew she was his. He knew what type of woman I was. He knew she was his, so that's why he came to see his child, and I did not deny him of that. And he came with his daughter, his other daughter that he was raising at the time. And once again, the side chick came, and she said, "Oh, I'm pregnant." And because I'm a loving person, um you know maybe if she wouldn't have been pregnant, maybe I would have tried to give him another try, being that the baby was born and he had been away from us. Maybe I would give him a try. That was going through my head. But when she told me she was pregnant, I was like, oh no. And I told her, um I never told her first of all that he was at my house. But when she did inbox me, she probably felt like he was at my house. Maybe he told her I'm going back to my wife or whatever. So, when she did inbox me and she told me she was pregnant, right after I had my daughter, I was like, well, hopefully everything works out for you all. I want you all to work on your relationship because at that point I was done. So it was no point in me, when she said she was pregnant, any thought that was in my head, I was like, oop, I'm done, oh no. So I told her, work on your relationship. I counseled her, and I was the one married to him, but I counseled her, and I was like, well, work on your relationship if you want to be with him and stuff like that. But she still clearly knew that he was a married woman. So I never told her that he was at my house, but like I said, maybe she already knew because he may have told her I'm going back to my wife. So um I end up telling him basically, after he left the house, he spent the night. He watched his daughter and let his other daughter, play with her baby sister or whatever, and see her sister and have fun or whatever. So we stayed married, and we didn't get a divorce right off the bat. We stayed married legally for 2 years, and I even let him and the young lady pick up my daughter, and I knew she was in the car and she had her baby in the car. And I never had any beef with her because it was his decision in the first place, like to make the decision of which woman you want to be with and you're gonna stay with and you're gonna do right by. And I believe in my heart that he wanted me, but I believe that he knew he messed up when he got her pregnant. So because he tried to come back to me. So, but like I said, he had no choice at that point but to try to be with her because he knew that it was canceled out for being with me at that point. So, as my daughter got older or whatever, I allowed him and her together to pick my child up because I was like, it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. But I became a sister wife while I was married to him. Still, he got married to her at the same time. So, and she knew that he was married still. She knew. And she married him anyway, knowing that he had a wife with a child. And she didn't care. So I became a sister wife. And basically we were both married to him until I legally divorced him. And then when I legally divorced him, only a few months later, she ended up divorcing him too because he would take it out on her basically that she wasn't me. And he tried to get back to with one of his baby mothers before me. And when he left her or she left him or whatever the case may be, we talked and she began to tell me I wasn't you and all he would do is talk about you. So we end up not being together or whatever. But the and I'm kind of scrambled because it's a lot, but I can remember one time when I was pregnant. um um I saw him. Maybe she was in a car. I'm not really sure. But I was on my way to work, and I was big and pregnant, and he passed me right up. So the main point of the story is I don't condone and polygamy, if I'm saying it right. I don't condone in polygamy because there's no way one man can be in two different places at the same time. There's no way that he can be a full-time father and be there for you and your child, and give that child that full attention that they need, and go here, living here. And it's really not a balanced situation to be in. um as for being a sister wife, yeah, you don't have to be married to the same man to help another sister out, with their child. Um my oldest, and it's a sister. I would say sister because we women, so women should help out other women. But as for we have to marry the same man, he has to be both of our man, and we have to be with him and stuff like that. No, I don't condone in it. I don't condone in it because I've been there. I've been in that situation with a man trying to balance both of his families, and it just didn't work out, and it didn't work out for me, and it didn't work out for him. But that's why I believe that you should have one wife, um and you stay with that woman, and you love that woman, and you be with that woman because um you all balance each other out and you help each other out. But as for you go and get a third wheel, go and get a fourth and fifth wheel, that doesn't work for the children, and it definitely doesn't work for the women. Okay, all it does is really bring up jealousy, strife, um on women that really only want love. They only want love at the end of the day. But it's not right for a man or a woman, because they got some women that's married to more than one man too, so don't get it twisted. But um it's not right for um women, people that just want love, to have to suffer because someone is being so selfish, as as far as, oh, I want to go knock you down and get you pregnant, and I want to go knock you down and get you pregnant too. And guess what? If both of y'all don't act right, guess what? I go get somebody else, and both of y'all will be stuck with babies. And then yeah, y'all be sister wives. Y'all help each other because I'm not gonna be helping y'all. Y'all help each other out. So I don't condone polygamy, whatever it is. I don't condone polygamy at all whatsoever on neither end, because the only people that really suffer at the end of the day is the children. Yeah, the children may know brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the only one that's really suffering, like I said, is the children, and it's really not fair to them, because hot dingling want to go this place, go that place, and go everywhere else. And I just wanted to let you all know that that if I say something, or if I go at someone behind a subject, it's not because I know it all. Because if I don't know, I'm gonna sit down, shut up, and I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna learn. But if I personally been through it, then yes, I am gonna speak up, because it's not only gonna help somebody grow, but it's gonna help somebody from making a mistake. If you're already in that situation, and you have a hot dingaling husband or baby daddy, well, I'm not talking about baby daddies, I'm talking about husbands. um if you got a hot dingaling, and he gets you pregnant, and then the girl down the street is pregnant, and then the girl over there is pregnant, or maybe the girl in another state is pregnant because he travels, maybe. That's not healthy. Okay, it's only going to make you bitter toward the woman, when really it's the man. Okay, so as for being a sister, we don't have to be a sister wife to be sisters, to help one another to grow from situations that we have been through. So can't nobody tell you better than somebody that actually went through it. Okay, I know from experience. So I hope you all have a blessed Tuesday. I hope you all learn from my story, and God bless.